Hello everyone, I'm doing my first makeup video I've ever done before, besides doing like a YouTube video with my chorus. So I thought I'd show you how I do my makeup and kind of quickly get through some basic things, and then I'll go into application for eye makeup and like that. So first thing I'm going to do is put moisturizer on, which is Resilience Lip from Estée Lauder. I like it because it has a little bit of shimmery, glossy stuff like mica in it, which is just basically a cosmetic thing, but it gives you more evenness and more glow to your skin. And it has SPF 15, which is nice. I do higher SPF usually, but I'm not really going anywhere today. So really fast, we'll just get this on. I put this on an African American client a couple of days ago, and I was surprised how pink it was. the shimmers are kind of opalescent, but the pink showed up on her skin, so that wasn't the best thing for her. But for me, you can't really see it, and it is pretty. Right now I'm trying to work with a, I have natural daylight coming into the room. I have a mirror. I'm going to be looking in the mirror above actually, because the camera angle is put in place and trying to not break my eye. So anyway, so I'll move the camera, or the actual iPad here and there as we go, so you can see without shadows. Right now I can see no shadows in the mirror behind the iPad, but what you're seeing is more shadows. So my favorite foundation is Even Better from Clinique, and it's just it's $27. It's not very expensive. It's in department stores, of course, and it has SPF 15 as well. It doesn't move, it doesn't travel, it stays in place very, very well. So when I had my hysterectomy years ago and I was going through beginnings of menopause, preterm menopause, everything was melting off my face, and actually this stuff is so nice. It stays on, doesn't get into like my little lines that I didn't know I had. Now I know I do have them actually. And yeah, I use my fingers, who cares? Honestly, foundation brushes are a nice little thing to do on weddings, for brides, because they feel like it's a really fancy experience and all that. But honestly, foundation brushes can kind of leave brush marks, and I'm not as big a fan of that. I just think like fingers are warm and you can blend things in beautifully and smooth things out. So my freckles are softer now, and we'll go from there. So I do love, I don't usually buy primers separately, but this is F. Stearns from Lancôme. It's a waterproof concealer for under eyes. And I usually use it under my eyes. It's actually too light for under my eyes right now. But for my primer, it works fine. It's great. So whatever I apply on top of this is going to stay on all flipping day. So I can basically, put it on at 7 in the morning, and at 10 o'clock at night, my makeup is still flawless. And I use my fingers, ring fingers, so really, really delicate. Make sure it's all even and blended out. I think down below, I'm going to use a concealer after my eye makeup's done. And that will be one that will be more of a illuminating, kind of brightening type thing. I'm gonna grab a washcloth. Messy fingers as I go. So, as far as eyeshadows, when I do eyeshadow, I like to do my dark color first. The first color you apply is going to stick the best and stay on really, really well. The last color you apply will have less to stick to because it's already kind of mattified from the other shadows, or powdered from other shadows. So I do my dark one first, and then I'll do my medium one next, and then my light one last. And the last one falls, the light pale color falls on my cheeks a little bit. Who cares? It gives you illumination. But the dark one, I don't want obviously to fall down. Before I do that, let me fill in my eyebrows. And this is just a really cheap Wet n Wild. I think it's called Taupe. What is it called? Yeah, it's called Taupe, 648 Taupe in Wet n Wild. So you don't have to spend a lot of money for brow pencils. I only really fill out the end here because I want my line to, my eyeshadow and my eyeline to kind of go like that. So it ends up in the same exact place. I'm a little bit thinner here. So I'm going to just fill in here. And ignore my phone. Maybe a little bit right through here. This is a little bit thinner right through here. And just like that. And then I take a little brush to blend through it. It's my Clinique brow pencil I could have used actually, but. And then the wax in there kind of helps all the hair stay in place and lifts nicely. So pretty quick. I'm pretty quick doing this. Although if I have lots of time, then I will screw around and play around and waste a lot of my time. But it's fun, and I don't have kids to interfere with my primping time, so I can do this. So I have 3 brushes I like to use. I use a smaller brush for my precision colors, for darker colors, and for precision basically. I use this one for my kind of middle color, blending color, and I use my other one for my highlighter color. These are all Lancôme brushes I've had for many, many years. Like I think I've had them probably for, I don't know when I was in Alaska, probably 20 years, same brushes. And I have more brushes. I have a full collection of brushes, but I just keep using these all the time. I keep thinking, why am I using my Lancôme ones and my Clinique ones? Clinique has nice ones too, but you know, that's okay. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and take my darker color, and I'm going to pick up a lot of pigment from it. My coloring is very much neutral and warm. So I'm going to do this called Rum Spice, which is based out. I love when I find colors that are so beautiful and they work on me and then they base them out. So anyway, I'm going to just always use colors that go with my eye color and bring out the colors of my eyes. So this is one of them that does that, and I'll always be able to find more. There's always other every year, new launches happen and new colors pop up, and I can collect new products. I'm going to go a little higher. I have a little bit of a droopy eye thing going on here, which is just my genetics. My dad had kind of the sleepy eyes, and I've heard they were bedroom eyes. I've heard they were called puppy dog eyes, cow eyes, which is not as flattering. So basically I'm going to go a little higher right in the orbital bone here. And it seems like it's really dark at first, but you'll see as I blend it out that it really blends up nicely. And if you just kind of follow along the orbital bone here, that's the eye socket. I call it, and of course I call it windshield wiper, where you kind of go back and forth like windshield wiper, get that crease in there. Everyone's shape is different though, so you have to really work with your own bone structure. I just have kind of a deeper set eye, which I play up. You don't have to play it up if you don't, people have said you don't need dark color in the crease. I like it. I just plain like it. So that's why I keep doing it. I do what makes me happy. So there's that, and it's really not over blended because it's just honestly the color of the crease. That's a little too high right there. And then we'll go to my second color, which is it's called Sunset Glow by Clinique. It's a gorgeous, kind of a rose gold. I figured out that rose gold I've been wearing it for many, many years. If I keep buying it, it's been 26 years since I've been wearing rose golds. There was one with Lancôme when I first started when I was 20 years old, and so gorgeous. Rose Nutcracker, I think it was called. Anyway, this is a Clinique color, but who cares? It's just any kind of color that makes you happy, that illuminates your skin and makes your eyes look bigger and brighter. And you see, I'm not blending over too much, I'm blending the edges. So where the bronze kind of meets the rose gold, there's no line demarcation, it's very, very soft. So I'm going to do a little tiny bit of that same color just along the edge of the bronzy color, because it's going to make it a little bit easier to blend into my light highlighter color. So now I'll get my light brush, and my palest color that I wear like every day of my life is called Daybreak. And you can't see I've hit pan. I always hit pan. If you go, make sure you use the color on the edges so you don't break the shadow so that it falls out and makes a huge mess. People come back and want to return things because their eyeshadow broke. Well, don't use the same area. Work, as long as the shadow is intact with all four corners of the palette or of the container, it won't fall out. It'll stay in there for as long as you're done using it. But that's, and people don't care about that. I guess they just want to return things and get brand new ones. They're going to break them again. I'm on vacation right now, so I'm not missing some of the complaints that I get from department store people. Anyway, so there's that, nice and blended and really, really fast. And I'll just kind of show you up close. That's the angle of the shadow. Dogs are barking, not sure why. That's okay, I'll ignore them too. Okay, so next we're going to do the my eyeliner. And I always do like a darker brown color. My eyes are brown. I don't do very well with black and dark colors, so just take my little, and this is actually a Lancôme kohl pencil. Kohl pencils are very soft and smudgy, and they're kind of messy in the lower lash line, but they're great for the upper lash line because they go on easy and smooth. I do have an intense eyeliner from Clinique that I like a lot, and that one is, I'll look at the camera. The more intense liner, so they kind of have some chemicals that will make your skin sensitive after a while. So I can wear it for like 4 days in a row, and then the 5th day I'm like, oh, my eye's a little tired along the lash line. So this one I just can do really well, and it's fine. So all you need to do, really honestly, is just hold your eye still. That sounds kind of silly, but starting kind of midway through. And then lay it on the inner side of the eye, just kind of drag it slowly across. And it's even and straight. I don't do a lot of wingy things because I think I like a softer or more blendy look. But if you like to do a winged look, you may like to do a little less shadow and more liner. You could, bring the liner up. You could start up higher and bring up down your line. But I'm just going to thicken it up just a tiny bit. on the outer part again, because that line, instead of having my eyes be downhill like this, they're kind of like more like this now. So it gives me a little bit of a lift, which is hard to see in this light, but I'll show you in a second. If you do have downward eyes and you close your eyes and feel like the line goes downhill, and you straighten it out like that, when you open your eyes, it'll be perfect. So there's that. And do I have to blend it? Not really, it's pretty good actually. It goes on really smoothly. It's a crayon and it has a good pigmentation to it, so that's great. I want something a little soft, or not softer, but I want something a little bit more drier that won't smudge and won't get, you know, messy and whatever. So this is a Revlon wet dry liner, and it's in coffee bean or chocolate bar both actually. Same kind of thing, just go on the outer part of the eye. And don't try and do one big line, just do like little mini strokes back and forth. Makes the lashes look thicker. I like to connect it over the corner here so you don't have like two different lines in a gap, because it looks really fakey then. This way it looks like your lashes are just really thick and it's just pretty. So pretty easy, pretty fast. I'm going to put some mascara on. Throw on mascara. Carefully put on mascara. This is my Estée Lauder Sumptuous Extreme. Just play backwards, of course, in the camera. It's a volumizing mascara. I rather do like one coat of mascara because I already have lots of work that I put on my eyes. So do I take time for lots of mascara application? Not really. So I'll just get in there and get it on. And one coat literally is all I need. And as long as I don't like take a nap on the couch after work, it stays on, and you know, until it's time to go to bed. You can see as I tip my eyes back, you can see the eyeshadow pretty nicely. If you sleep on one side like I do, I would sleep on the side. I have like more lines on the side. I have my nasolabial line from sleeping on my side. My lashes kind of get crimped in one spot, so I have to kind of like separate them a little bit. Otherwise, I don't have a lot of problems with my lashes. They're naturally a little bit curved. Even though my hair's bone straight, my lashes have a natural curve, so I don't ever curl them. I'm going to use a small mascara wand for my lower lash line because it's more control and less product lay down. So instead of doing that full-on serious big wand for my lower, I'll just do this little free one I got from Estée Lauder. This is Sumptuous Bold Volume Lifting. And it really just has less product on the brush. It's a little washer kind of thing inside mascara wands. And when you pull out the wand, it gets off the excess product. It removes excess product. And every brush will have a different kind of formula and size. So the brush is unique, the formula is unique as well. And if the companies do a good job, they put the right pieces together that make sense. So in this case, this is just a softer, lighter one. And it's just as fresh as the other mascara. It's not like older or drier, it's just less pigment laid down, a little wetter formula, a little thinner, pasty stuff. So there's that. So pretty easy, pretty fast. I'll throw on some blush. I keep saying throw on, but it's Sunday, it's my day off, and I'm just kind of playing around and show you guys what I do. So this is Cupid blush from Clinique. The blushing blush ones that come in the silver compacts, they have a little bit more, they have shimmer kind of built into them, which means they give you an automatic highlighting effect. So I don't contour because whatever, I have angular face, or you can see the angles of my face. And sometimes I can see like my cheekbones sticking out from the sides and all that. So I just kind of want to add more fullness, so I just do my outside the iris, above the nose. I skip the apple because that's like, I don't want to look like I'm overheated or having a hot flash. When people ask me like, well, do you get more blush? And like, or can I have pink powder on my face, or can I do pink foundation? And I want them to not do that. Then I say, well, do you look like you're having a hot flash? Oh no, you're overheated? Of course not. Then they realize that they don't need to do like so much blush, and they can keep it kind of lighter and softer. And anyway, find ways to explain to people what works best, and usually they agree with me. Anyway, So this is my favorite lip liner. This is called Pink Truffle, and it's just a nice, easy clean up kind of shape. My mouth is a little bit different. I had oral surgery a few years ago, and I had nerve damage where I was like numb for, I think it was like 2-3 months. So my lips are a little bit lower on one side, right here. So I kind of corrected a little bit, even though it's not terrible. I still like to make it more even. Lip gloss on first because I was dry, so it's not going to show up as much as it would if I did on bare lips. That's okay. So one of my favorite little drugstore things, my favorite thing, and I've been wearing this for years, and they just changed the packaging. I was so sad that it was gone, and it's gone. It's just repackaged and looks a little fancier. It's Wet n Wild. The color is Dark Pink Frost. It's 530D, and this is kind of like my like Frosty the Cupcake, you know. Whatever I have on, if I have on a lip color that is not quite right, I'm like, I don't feel so cute right now. It's close, but it's not really there. Then I'll add on my shimmer lipsticks on top of it to just kind of like add some more little sheen, I guess is the best way to say it. So that's what I'll do here. This is a brand new fresh one, and again, it's like a rose gold color. It's hard to tell here; it's a little bluer, but it's actually pretty rose gold. That's it, a lip liner, just slapped it on. I only slapped it on, it was kind of more neat. So, I'll get the camera a little bit closer so you can see there's how the eyeshadow goes on. And again, really soft blush. Oh, I didn't do concealer. I didn't do concealer, let's do that too. So, another great thing I just found, because I also wanted to kind of soften up some of my little crinkles from my being 46 and a half. So, this is L'Oreal Visible Blur, and I look at makeupalley.com, and I read other blogs too, but I like them because they do a lot of reviews, and a lot of it's nonsense, and some of it's really, really good. So I started kind of adding my own posts, and they've been popular. So anyway, so I'm just gonna do a little dab of this, and it's light, the color's light. I bought Fair first, and it was blue. It was like silvery, shiny, purpley blue, and it was awful. So I thought, well, can I rescue this? No, I can't. So this actually has like a little bit the blurry, like the Miracle Blur they have, the L'Oreal Miracle Blur. Years ago when I worked for Lancôme, they had two shot d'amage, just actually how you say it in French. And it was just a really heavy silicone based, it was just actually, it had no color, like this is color in it, but same idea with this. This is basically the L'Oreal version of it. L'Oreal is owned by, well, L'Oreal owns Lancôme, but actually Maybelline owns them too. So you may find things like this in Maybelline eventually too. But I just like it a lot. It's a little bigger than the size of my, just to give you an example, my Lancôme concealer is, I think it's $30 some, $32, I don't know. And this was only $12. And this is like an ounce bigger. Yeah, well, almost. It's 0.5 ounces and 0.6 ounces, but it's bigger and it does more stuff and it's beautiful. So you can see, like, if you look at my eye area, yeah, there's still like lines there, but when I'm walking around doing things and making faces, it's much more soft, more subtle. So hope you enjoyed my video, and I will, we'll see how this turns out, and if you guys like this, maybe I'll do more. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you guys soon.